How was the Qur'an written, collected in a book, and replicated? The Prophet was immediately having revelation clerks write the revelations. In the narrations, the number of revelation clerks is about 40. Therefore, the revelation coming to the Messenger of God was being written at the time. Since the writing material of that time was insufficient, according to rumors, revelation was written on stone, bones, and tree branches. This is possible because Muslims were economically weak at that time. At first, they were doing this work in secret and were deprived. Later, the financial situation of the Muslims improved. They became a state in Medina. They became wealthy. At that time, there was paper and writing in society. For example, it is known that Arabs organized annual fairgrounds during the pilgrimage season, wrote poetry, held oratory competitions, wrote their favorite poems on paper and put them up on the walls of the Kaaba. There are 7 famous poems which are said to have been propagated since the jahiliyyah, ignorance period. Similar to that, they used writing for trade, travel, and political agreements within the community. Yes, writing material, paper, and writing in society was not as common as they are today, but it was used. The dictation of the Prophet's revelations to the clerks of the revelation took 23 years until revelation was completed. Those revelation materials were kept safe. As a matter of fact, the copies of the Qur'an during those times came out from under the rubble of the Prophet's house, which was destroyed after the death of the Prophet. Moreover, Mushafs written by people such as Aysha's Qur'an, Abdullah ibn Masud's Qur'an, Zayd ibn Sabit's Qur'an were also present in narrated culture. Therefore, when the Prophet was alive, the Holy Qur'an was being written. Surahs were classified. In addition, Muslims both memorized and read and had it read. Well, what is it that Abu Bakr had done? After the Battle of Yamama, many people who were Hafiz died, and in order to not lose the Qur'an, Abu Bakr ordered, bring the written material from during the life of the Prophet and let's compile a Mushaf. Now, these narrations do not reflect the truth accurately. More accurately, there were people who went to different regions during the time of Abu Bakr and read some verses differently according to the dialects of their tribes. Abu Bakr wanted to prevent these different readings when he received complaints about this phenomenon. What did he do? Previously, the remaining primitive writing materials from the Prophet were brought. The Hafiz people were called, and by comparing the recitations of those who are Hafiz with the copies of the Qur'an, he compiled the Qur'an as we now have in our hands as Mushaf. This is what Abu Bakr did. As described, Abu Bakr has not written the Qur'an from scratch and published it. It was a measure he took to gather Muslims together on a single standard by eliminating the differences among Qur'an recitations and the early written copies. This undertaking does not mean that the Qur'an was not written before Abu Bakr.